Hope that you are doing well, or that you are enjoying the evening. At least it's almost midnight in Europe time zone. And yeah, I hope that from other countries, from America or Australia, that you are enjoying already the day or at the end of the day. And yeah, I want to welcome you to another live with the reading of the book Power Awareness. And we are on the chapter 6, attention. And I think it's really important, this topic, attention, especially because when we are trying to fulfill our dreams and or to go to to achieve some destination, um, I think that we it's really important to um, really consider what this destination is and keep focus on the destination, because our destination is it's our goal exactly. And if we are not having attention on it, then we are losing the direction. And how to make attention, this is what is this chapter all about, and the power of attention as well. Why is it so important? And also, I want to take some time to consider with you that attention is you can have bad and good attention. And bad attention usually is something that we are worried about constantly. You know, when you set the goals and then you have fears and then you have doubts and things like that. And if you are putting attention on that, then you are really having the this negative vibration, and these doubts and fears will grow and grow, and there is a possibility of not achieving the goal, to lose the focus. This is the attention that you don't want to have when you when you are setting the goal. The attention should be on the fulfillment of the goal, and having the feeling of the goal already achieved. And this is the good attention, the attention that will give you the focus and that will give you right direction. And this chapter 6 is all about it. So let's see what it said about. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. James from reading 8. Uh, Double-minded man means the man who is not focused. That's it. And the man who is searching constantly the focus for the goal, or it has doubts. And this means that he doesn't know what he thinks. And that's the reason why it said that it's unstable, because to really be successful and to be constantly on the right way, you have to be stable. You have to have the focus or that thought and feeling that you want to achieve, and put attention on that. So attention is forceful in proportion to the narrowness of its focus. That is when it is obsessed with a single idea or sensation. It is stated and powerfully focused only by such an adjustment of the mind as permits you to see one thing only. For you, steady the attention and increase its power by confining it. The desire which realizes itself is always a desire upon which attention is exclusively concentrated, for any idea is endowed with power only in proportion to the degree of attention fixed on it. Constant observation is the attentive attitude direct from some specific end. So, attention is really the focus. And when you have the focus, when you have the goal, having the focus is the most important thing. And you can practice focus, it will say later how. And to have this attention and to have the focus, you have to have a desire, something that is going to bring from inside of you this willingness to put the focus. So will is really the power of the focus. And when you put attention on the desire, then this focus will be much more present, and you will be on the right direction. So it says the attentive attitude involves selection, form. When you pay attention, it signifies that you have decided to focus your attention on one object or state rather than on another. So once when you even you can practice attention, you can practice focus, and once when you set a goal and when you make your attitude towards this goal, so you are already the person who achieved that goal, then you have this attentive attitude. And attentive attitude really makes you successful because it will put you in the position that you choose one thing or the goal rather than another or the doubts. Therefore, when you know what you want, you must deliberately focus your attention on the feeling of your wish fulfilled until that feeling fills the mind and crowds all the other ideas out of the consciousness. So, attention really helps you to have the feeling of your dream fulfilled. And as you remember from the before, having this feeling is the really when you feel that, and once when you are really here and living this dream, then this dream becomes your consciousness and it becomes the reality in the material world. The power of attention is the measure of your inner force. Concentrated observation of one thing shuts out other things and causes them to disappear. The great secret of success is to focus the attention on the feeling of the wish fulfilled without permitting any distraction. So, successful people have focus on the one thing only during the day, in before going to bed and after and first thing in the morning and during the all day, and they try to keep everything else outside of their focus because it's a distraction. All progress depends upon an increase of attention. The ideas which impel you to action are those which dominate the consciousness, those which possess the attention. The idea which excludes all others from the field of attention discharge in action. The one thing I do, forgetting those things that are behind, I press towards the mark. This means this one thing you can do, forgetting those things that are behind. You can press towards the mark of filling your mind with the feeling of the wish fulfilled. So, in this part, they want to say that we have to put all the distraction behind us and put the goal in front of us. And when we have the goal in front of us, this is the only direction that we can go, and everything else we don't think about. To the unenlightened man, this will seems to be all fantasy. Yet, all progress comes from those who do not take the acceptation view nor accept the world as it is. So, don't think that people around you or culture around you or environment around you can decide about your life and your goals and your achievement, because you are the only one who can build the image of your life inside your mind, and if you keep the focus, you are going to build that life. And we forget our dreams and we leave them behind because we start to listen other people, and this is where unsuccessful people starts uh, to really appear in our lives. And I mean, we start to accept this feeling of not being focused and not achieving our goals. As was stated here, therefore, if you can imagine what you please, and if the forms of your thoughts are as vivid as the forms of nature, you are by virtue of the power of your imagination master of your fate. Your imagination is yourself, and the world as your imagination sees it is it as the real world. So you have to have an image or imagine or create your dream by imagination, keep the focus, and this is the real world for you. When you set out to master the movements of attention, which must be done if you will successfully alter the course of the observation events, it is then you realize how little control you exercise over your imagination and how much it is dominated by sensory impression and by drifting on the tides of ideal moods. The aid in mastering the control of your attention, practice this exercise. So here's some small exercise that you can do each day before going to bed to practice the attention. Night after night, just before you drift off to sleep, strive to hold your attention on the activities of the day in reverse order. So each day before the bed, uh, think about your day, but in reverse. Focus your attention on the last thing you did, that is getting into bed, and then move it backwards in time over the events until you reach the first event of the day, getting out of the bed. So each night when you go to bed, think about what you have been doing the day before. And start from like, I just went to bed. And then what was the thing before going to bed, and the thing before, and the thing before, and the thing before, until the the thing that you did first thing in the morning, which was getting out of the bed. This is not easy exercise, but just as specific exercise greatly help in developing specific muscles, this will greatly help you in developing the muscle of your attention. Your attention must be developed, controlled, and concentrated in order to change your concept of yourself successfully and thereby change your future. Imagination is able to do anything, but only according to the internal direction of your attention. If you persist night after night, sooner or later you will awaken in yourself a center of power and become conscious of your greater self, the real you. Attention is developed by repeating exercise or habit. Through habit, an action becomes easier, and so in course of time, was stated by Emerson as follows: as the world was plastic and fluid in the hands of God, so it is ever too so much of his attributes as we bring to it. To ignorance and sin, it is fleeing. They adapt themselves to it as they may, but in proportion as a man has anything in him divine, the firmament flows before him and takes his sign and form. So the point is that by keeping the attention, you are going to make your imagination working for you. You can have imagination and you can build dreams, but without attention and putting something from inside of you to this desire, to this picture, there is not going to be anything. So you have to really keep the focus and attention on what you want. And this is why the power, we say the law of attention and power of attention, is also very important, um, because it will give you um, that power of really achieving the imagination and imagine dreams. So please, guys, I am asking you to really start putting the attention on things you want in your life, not on the distraction or not the things that you don't want to in your life, and to really build your life, working on this picture of your life and dream. And if you do that, I promise you, you will achieve what you want. Okay? So thank you for listening and being here. And please work on yourself. I really want that. And we are still on the beginning of the year, and 2023 can be really amazing. And I really think that it is going to be a great year for all of us. So keep focus and work, okay? And see you tomorrow on the next chapter. Oh my God, my English. Bye.